Welcome back, everyone, to the Blazor Hybrid Beginner Series. I'm your host, James Montemagno, a program manager on the developer community team here at Microsoft. Now, so far, we've learned all about Blazor Hybrid. We've installed Visual Studio 2022 and got our development machine set up. We've created our first project and looked at the architecture. We started building out a to-do application that saves information to the file system so we can save and load items on iOS, Android, Mac, and Windows using Blazor Hybrid inside of a .NET MAUI application. Now, so far, we've just built out our Razor components and we're displaying all of our UI inside of the Blazor Hybrid web view inside of our application. Now, one of my favorite parts of developing with Blazor Hybrid is that since they run inside of these native platforms, we can add native features. So things like geolocation, device sensors, connectivity, and so much more that make these unique platforms really awesome for creating awesome experiences for our users. So what this means is that since you're building with Blazor Hybrid inside of .NET MAUI, you have access to all of those APIs for iOS, Android, Mac, and Windows. What it also means is that with .NET MAUI, you have a bunch of common abstracted platform features that you can access from a single code base, which is really cool. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, the place that I tell people to start is the .NET MAUI documentation. Now, even though we're building with Blazor Hybrid, it's still really good to dive through how to get set up, build your first app, package, and really complex things with .NET MAUI. It also will show you how to use those native API features. So here, for example, under platforms, we can look at the platform integration and overview. This will show you how to access iOS, Android, Mac, and Windows APIs directly, or how to use the ones that are abstracted into a common API. Things like app actions, information, maps, permissions, version control, contacts, email, SMS, battery, device display, flashlight, geocoding, location, so much more. There's so much built in to .NET MAUI. It's fantastic. The one that we're going to want to use specifically, if I scroll up here, is networking. This is going to show us how to access things such as if I'm connected to the internet, for example, or what profiles if I'm on Wi-Fi or Ethernet, for example. And this is really important because when you're building native desktop and mobile apps, you want to add these unique features that your users are expected. If you're offline and you can't make web requests off to access your to-do items, then you should probably display a little message there, for example. So let's now integrate this into our application. So here we can see up top that everything is available through iConnectivity. So we have a full interface that we can inject into our application. So let's go ahead and take a look at how to do this. So far our application looks like this. It has a counter, it has fetch items, and it has our to-dos. So I could go in and say add connectivity. I'm going to say add to-do, and I'm going to hit save. When I go back and forth, this is automatically going to save it there. So I can add another item like test it out. There we go. I can check that one off, hit save, and there we go. Back and forth, it's good to go. We have a single Razor file here that has our to-do header that's showing us how many are left. We're iterating through the to-do items. We have a few buttons here to add a to-do item and save. And then we have a little bit of code to call into our to-do service to load those items, save those items, and to add those to-do items to our list. So really all of that in just 50 lines of code, which is really great. All right, so let's say we want to access that connectivity. The first thing we're going to do is go into our MAUI program. Now we've already added our weather forecast service and our to-do service. We can also add our iConnectivity. So I'm going to say builder.services.add singleton. I'm going to say iConnectivity. Perfect. And then what I can do is I can simply pass in the implementation of it, or I can actually pass in a function so it'll lazily load. So let's do that. I'm just going to say connectivity dot, and this will show me the current one. There we go. So now I can inject in iConnectivity, and it will automatically, in a singleton pattern, create that for me and return it so I can access that on any page. I only need one instance of this, so that's why I'm going to use a singleton here. So I have one access to that connectivity API and use it throughout my app. Now, if we go back to the Razor page for the to-dos, we've injected that to-do service. We can also inject here the I connectivity. Now, since this is a .NET MAUI application, you might be wondering, like, where did this come from? Well, there's a bunch of global implicit usings that are automatically brought in. And here we can see this interface is coming from Microsoft.maui.networking.iconnectivity. That's brought in automatically for us. So that's why everything just sort of naturally came in. Now let's go ahead and give this a name. So I'm going to call this connectivity service, just like that. And now we can start using it. So if I go down, we might, for example, want to save if I'm online or not save when I'm offline, right? So we might want to display something to our user. So here I'm just saving it locally, so it doesn't actually matter. But let's say I wanted to upload this, for example. So here I'm just going to say, there we go, button. I'm going to say upload. And here say upload. And now what I can do is I could say void upload. Right? And at this point, if I wanted to upload my to-do items, I need to make sure that I'm online, right? That would be pretty important. So all we need to do is fill in the upload. So let's do something first. Let me just say bool has internet. And we're going to use this to display, something inside the UI. So by default, I'm just going to say true, it has internet. Perfect. So in the upload, what we want to do is fill in that has internet. So let me go ahead and say if the connectivity service is null, then we probably don't want to use it. We just want to go ahead and return. Okay, so for some reason we didn't register it or didn't new up. For some reason we're on a platform that doesn't support it, it might be null. So we're just going to go ahead and say that we're fine at this point. Else I can say has internet. This is a Boolean. I'm going to say equals connectivity service dot. And I can check the network access, I can check the profiles, I can even loop into an event handler when the connectivity changes. So here, for example, I'm just going to see if the network access equals network access, and there's a bunch of them here. I can see there's none, unknown, internet, local, constrained internet. There's a bunch of different ones based on what's happening on my device. So if I have internet, I have internet. So there we go. Perfect. So now we can update our UI based on this. So I'm going to say up here at if does not has internet. If I don't have internet, I'm just going to go and display no internet. There we go. Perfect. Awesome. So now with our application, I'm just going to go ahead and restart it. There we go. And we can go off and add a breakpoint here as well to see if we have internet or not. Now I'm on Wi-Fi locally, so ideally I should have internet that's going on my machine, but let's go ahead and see what happens here. All right, we have fetch data, we have to-dos, and we have the upload button. So I'm going to click on upload, and we can see that I have a connectivity service, which is quite nice, and the network access is internet. So that's really nice. So I'm going to add another breakpoint here, and has internet is true. So we should be totally good to go. Perfect. Nothing is displaying in our UI. I've uploaded it magically to the internet. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to turn on airplane mode. Perfect. Now, when I'm in airplane mode, I can go back and I can hit the upload button again. Now, in this case, when I hover over the connectivity service, we can see that the network access is unknown. So I don't have internet, right? So internet access is false. And now we can see no internet is displayed right inside of our application, so automatically for us. If I come back down and I turn off airplane mode, right? And we get our mouse up and running again. I hit upload again. At this point, we have internet yet again, which is great. And we can go ahead and upload it, and that will be disappearing from our user interface. That's really, really neat. The same functionality works on every single platform .NET MAUI supports, so iOS, Android, Mac, and Windows, all automatically. Now beyond that, inside of our Solution Explorer, I want to point out that you still have access to those individual platform APIs. So if I go into the Platforms folder, we can see under Android, we have Android resources, under iOS, iOS resources, and more. So when I open up that main activity, we have these Android namespaces. So things like using, I can say Android dot. We have access to those specific Android namespaces, including the Android X libraries as well. The same thing is true over here inside of iOS. If I open up my iOS project, I can see using UI kit, for example, or using core audio, Bluetooth, data, a lot more. So that means if something isn't abstracted by .NET MAUI into a single API, you have access to do it and create your own interface on top of it. Now, the last point that I'll mention here is that you get to take advantage of the vast .NET MAUI ecosystem that's out there. Since the Blazor Hybrid app that we're building is built with .NET MAUI, you can use amazing community UI libraries and plugins that abstract additional functionality. So things like Bluetooth or background updates, those are available to you automatically through libraries. I'll put some of my favorites in the show notes below, but feel free to add comments if you're watching this over on YouTube to share your favorite libraries that you found and that you're using. All right, that's going to do it for this video. We've easily integrated connectivity into our application with just a few lines of code. We registered as a dependency, we accessed the service automatically, and we even updated the UI to see if there was internet access at all. Now, in the next video, we will take it a step further in blending in more native functionality and spice this application up with a little bit of native UI. So stay tuned for more in the Blazor Hybrid Beginner Series.